Picture this: the royal courtyard, sun blazing on ancient stone, chiefs assembled in their finest regalia, a stage for a drama centuries in the making. The old soldier greets them. Long live the king! But beneath the protocol, tensions simmer. Ajay, the quiet protagonist, scans the crowd for Deborah, his missing wife. He sees only chiefs and, curiously, a young man in a crisp English suit, beads glinting on both wrists. Baba Dupe leans in and whispers, "That's the king's son, just back from Canada." Now, you might be thinking, why this elaborate gathering? What's at stake here? Let me tell you a family torn between love, custom, and power. When Baba Dupe asserts Deborah belongs with age, an argument erupts. One chief sneers, questioning Baba Dupe authority. The old soldier, bristling with the pride of a retired officer, fires back. "I could have you locked up." Instantly, Deo the peacemaker restores calm. This opening clash sets the stage. Tradition versus personal truth, with the king's staff soon to tip the scales. In this scene, you sense the stakes. Kinship obligations, the weight of dowry, a social contract, not just a cash transfer, and the undercurrent of hierarchy, the king's word, the soldier's threats. But beneath these rituals is a modern question. What happens when individual love collides with inherited rules? Now, maybe you're wondering, would you have the courage to speak up like the old soldier in the face of centuries-old customs? Or would you, like Age, hold your tongue waiting, hoping for justice to speak first? The technical term here is patrilineal authority. But to Deborah and Age, it's simply, will their voices be heard above the noise of tradition? The drama crackles with unresolved tension, and it's only just begun. And as the king's son exits with a guard, silence falls. The chess pieces shift. We're left on the edge, knowing that what comes next could redefine what family and honor mean for everyone under that palace sun. Let me pull you deeper into Deborah's world. A world where a woman's agency is both a weapon and a shield. When the king's son returns, Deborah and Age finally meet, but their reunion is explosive. She breaks tradition, running into Ajay's arms, weeping with all the pent-up fear and relief of a year lost. Now, the courtyard becomes a courtroom. The Iya Olode thunders about compensation. Baba Dupe protests, and a war of words erupts. Did Ajay kidnap his own wife, or is he owed for his suffering? You might be asking, what's the big deal about dowry? Isn't it just a formality, a keg of palm wine, a basket of fruit? In fact, dowry is a binding social contract. It defines legitimacy, inheritance, even a woman's safety. Here, it's a battlefield of competing claims. Iya Dupe and Iya Olode invoke the invisible hand of custom and the ancestors, what anthropologists call ritual authority, to deny the validity of Deborah's marriage. Deborah's voice finally cuts through. She reveals years of hardship and manipulation, a secret economy of gifts, food, and care from Ajay, all hidden from the eyes of the powerful. She confesses why she blocked the dowry payment. To protect herself from Iya Dupe, whose cruelty, she says, was masked by public generosity. "Was I forced here?" she is asked. "No," Deborah replies. "I was tricked." She recounts a tale of fear, a supposed curse, a taboo spun by Iya Dupe. Here's where the psychological term coercive control comes in. Not brute force, but the subtle art of making someone act against their own will. The segment closes with an outcry, "Ah!" as Deborah's truth lands, shaking the assembly. In this moment, the chains of custom begin to crack, and the ghost of the dowry is finally exorcised by the living voice of its supposed victim. Now, let's pivot to a clash of generations and gendered power. The old soldier, eyes blazing, demands, "Lend me that gun, my king. I'll shoot this woman." He's half serious, half comic, but all rage his words slicing through the web of secrets. What's really at stake? The revelation that Iya Dupe, who invokes the oracle to terrify Deborah, once exploited the same system for her own gain. Here, tradition and hypocrisy lock horns. The technical phrase is matrilineal subversion, when a woman, supposedly powerless, masters the very customs used to subjugate her. The old soldier recounts how Aya Dupe stole her own dowry, denied her parents their due, then weaponized the same rules against another woman. Was your oracle asleep then? He demands. Now you might be thinking, doesn't everyone bend the rules when survival's at stake? In these villages, oral law is as fluid as river water. Justice is not blind, but blinkered, peering through the lens of whoever controls the story. When the chiefs mutter, "Ea Dupe is the oracle," you realize the deeper truth. Sometimes, the real power isn't the spirit world, but the person bold enough to claim its voice. Here's your emotional hook: betrayal isn't just personal. It's the legacy we inherit and the cycle we pass down. In the end, the king's wisdom is to defer judgment, allowing emotions to cool and facts to settle. But the air in the courtyard as electric change is coming, even if, for now, it speaks in riddles and threats. Just as the dust seems to settle, the story pivots. Ajay's love for Deborah is tested one last time. The king offers Deborah a choice: marry the prince, royal heir, or return to Ajay, her chosen partner. Let me ask you, if you were offered a palace and a crown, would you forsake the one who stood by you in poverty? Deborah's answer is resolute. "Age is my friend, my husband, the father of the child in my womb." That phrase lands like thunder. The technical term here is lineal succession, but biology trumps protocol. Deborah's pregnancy is irrefutable evidence of her bond with Age. The crowd erupts. Age, unable to contain his joy, scoops Deborah up in a celebratory embrace, his voice ringing out, "My wife is pregnant." There's a catharsis here, a public acknowledgement of love, loyalty, and the new life they've created. The king sighs deeply, a father and ruler caught between past and future. For a moment, even the old animosities melt away. The lesson? Sometimes, the most radical act is to proclaim your truth in the face of doubt. Now, you're probably wondering, will the prince accept this? Will the chiefs let love trump legacy? In this courtyard, emotion is the final judge, and the verdict is clear. The heart, not tradition, wins the day. With that, Deborah and Age finally reclaim their narrative, not as pawns, but as architects of their own destiny. The crowd, once divided, now witnesses a new chapter, one where the future is not inherited, but chosen. As the story winds down, the king asserts his authority, but with humility. He promises restitution and public apology to Age and Deborah, distancing himself and his son from the treacheries that nearly tore two souls apart. "Forgive us," he intones, "and you'll be greatly rewarded and compensated." In this moment, the technical term restorative justice comes alive, not just punishment, but repairing harm and binding wounds. But there's a sting in the tale. Aya Dupe's fate hangs in the balance. The king postpones her judgment, honoring the old soldier's reputation and rejecting jungle justice. Here, the tension between retribution and reconciliation plays out. Can a community truly heal without confronting its ghosts? Let me tell you, I've seen families split by less. The challenge is always the same. How do you balance the scales without breaking the bonds that matter most? Now, you might ask, what happens next? In stories like this, the path forward is rarely simple. But by airing secrets in the sunlight and allowing the accused a chance to speak and repent, a new social contract is forged, one that prizes truth over tradition and compassion over pride. As the palace returns to its quiet rhythm, you realize this is more than a family drama. It's a blueprint for how communities can confront the past, heal, and move towards a future where everyone, no matter their station, has a voice.